The Gambia Police Force and its partners have begun a consultative forum to heighten security operations. Tunisia and Libya are boosting trade relations to revive their struggling economies. And IGAD leaders are meeting in Kampala to discuss how to end the ongoing crisis in the region. Well, these and more coming your way in News Desk. Hello, this is Africa TV and many thanks for joining us. I am Amadou Kante and now the news in detail. Now, the Gambia Police Force, together with its national and international partners, on Thursday held a consultative seminar to revive and strengthen the police force's operational activities in the country. The discussion was centered on strategy and direction and transformation roadmap for the country's top security apparatus. Details of that in this report by Maria Macham.
The main role of the Gambia Police Force is to maintain law and order in local communities by protecting people and their property, preventing crime and improving the quality of life for all citizens. Senior officials and their partners gathered to brainstorm about issues ranging from how to better serve the communities to rule of law, governing the police force amongst others. Key among issues discussed is the relationship between the police and the society they serve. The Deputy Inspector General of Police, Mamadou Sow, underscored the importance of the seminar.
The rationale for today's consultative seminar is to create and maintain an operational harmony between the Gambia Police and its esteemed stakeholders to focus on new strategic directions, whereby eliminating unnecessary duplications and improve coordination, collaborations towards achieving our common goals. The importance of today's gathering cannot be overemphasized as it creates a platform from our esteemed stakeholders to register their valuable concerns and contributions into the said strategic document for a better comprehensive, effective coordination, as well as to enable them align their activities with the said blueprint to ensure local ownership on their development intervention supports.
Chief Superintendent of Police Fode Fofana says technology is key in their work as heinous crimes are being committed by criminals using technology.
Another model that we wanted to adopt is technology-based policing. We'll all agree with me that technology is everywhere. And in fact, criminals are using technology to commit highly sophisticated cross-border crimes, highly sophisticated domestic crimes. So police as an institution cannot do away with technology. We have to use technology to boost our operations. We have to use technology to implement our constitutional mandate in a more effective and more efficient manner. Because police can't be everywhere. And since we can't be everywhere, that means that now we have to use technology to be able to monitor crime, prevent crime, and then try to also boost our investigation capabilities and capacity to be able to apprehend and curb crime.
Aside from technology, Chief Superintendent Fofana adds that proactive policing led by intelligence is another aspect that helps police in tackling certain issues.
The days of firefighting policing are over. The days of reactive policing are over. But we are going to have proactive policing that's going to be intelligence-led. And therefore, we give more preference to capacity building in intelligence, gathering, analysis, processing, so as to inform police operations. We believe that there are many other incidents that we can be able to tackle if intelligence is actually working for us extremely well.
According to the new strategy, no part of the society will be left behind as they believe that every member of the society can help the police in executing their duties. The police are the first body people approach in case of any crime-related issues. They also register first-hand information reports and are responsible for the maintenance of public order and peace. Reporting for iAfrica News, I am Mariama Cham.
The Gambia police there and partners meet to discuss on how to boost their operational activities. And from that report, they are next to Zimbabwe, because Zimbabwe's government decision to stop printing new currency has paid dividend as the country registered its lowest inflation rate in 3 years. The move was geared towards stabilizing the economy while controlling the exorbitant inflation in the market. Despite the significant improvement, some analysts raised concern as to how the government could buy farm products from local producers. Here's more details of that in this report.
Annual inflation for the month of April was 194%, its lowest level in 2 years, and monthly inflation came in at 1.58%, the 8th consecutive month it has been below 5.5%, vindicating government's stance to stop printing money.
But remember, money supply was behind the volatility we saw in inflation, as well as the depreciation of the exchange rate, which actually drove the inflationary prices that we saw in the market.
Sustaining the gains depends on keeping the foreign currency auction adequately funded, the outcome of tense wage negotiations with civil servants, and managing payments for a bumper grain harvest.
I don't think we will see a double increase in terms of wages, but probably the fear is on the maize purchase, where we are looking at about 60 billion. As much as government is saying that it will not be inflationary because it will take about 6 months. But remember, farmers are delivering now, and they need to be paid probably 20 billion in the first 2 months of our harvest. And looking at what is in the government's coffers, when you look at what they have at the Reserve Bank, it's roughly about $10 billion. When you look at what they have at other banks, it's also not enough for them to be paying the $20 billion.
Government says it intends to get the money through selling the maize to grain millers. However, whenever there is a good harvest, as is forecast this year, people tend to consume from their own grain reserves first before buying from supermarkets, which could subdue demand and limit how much millers can buy.
And from the report in Harare, Zimbabwe, to North Africa next week go, where Tunisia is set to open a new shipping line linking to neighboring Libya as part of efforts to resuscitate their economies. The new line connecting different ports between the two countries will further boost export activities, according to authorities. The North African nations are also putting in place to improve the movement of their people and enhance financial procedures. Let's have more details of that in this report.
Tunisian Minister of Transport and Logistics noted that his government will facilitate the implementation of the shipping line. Tunisia views this strategic project as a booster for maritime activity in North Africa.
We are pushing for public-private partnerships to improve the performance of our commercial ports and shipping lines. Tunisia cannot boost exports without efficient ports. The coronavirus crisis hit all maritime links, especially passenger transport. Maritime activity will resume at a normal pace after the pandemic.
The Director General of the Tunisian Export Promotion Center, CIPEX, declared that opening a shipping line between Libya's port of Misrata and ports of Sfax and La Goulette will promote the development of Tunisia's exports to neighboring Libya.
Tunisia and Libya will build on previous successful experiences in order to reach economic complementarity. Together, we can boost our economic exchange and trade by building stronger and lasting shipping lines.
Libyan entrepreneurs assert that Libyan and Tunisian business operators are willing to expand trade relations between the two North African states and to promote joint investment projects.
Libya and Tunisia are one country. People need access to free circulation in this geographic area. Both countries have suffered from economic hardships due to coronavirus. The new shipping line will boost trade and the movement of people, vehicles and goods.
The borders between Libya and Tunisia remained closed for months. Now, the reopening and the shipping line will help the tourism, healthcare and export sectors. Libya and Tunisia need the increased flow of people, goods and services.
Tunis and Tripoli will also facilitate travel between the two countries and financial procedures between the Central Bank of Tunisia and the Central Bank of Libya. Tunisia aims to regain the pace of its trade with Libya before 2010, especially with the return to stability in this country. According to the National Institute of Statistics, bilateral trade accounted for almost 7% of Tunisia's total foreign trade in 2010.
Tunisia and Libya to boost trade relations in a bid to resuscitate their economies. And there's more news coming ahead, but for now we'll take a break and come back shortly with the remainder of the story. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
The pride we take in our brand, the work we put into constantly change the landscape and elevate real estate in the Gambia, it's compared to none. From inception, our goal was to add value to the beautiful Gambian landscape. That's why we are proud innovators of community estates. Kololi Sands is an exceptional piece of work, tailored for ultimate convenience and luxury, to bring you an element of finesse that is rare but unique in its own. This is also our pride and joy, and we welcome you to the exquisite beauty right here in Kololi and right here on the waterfront. Kololi Sands, feel the ocean breeze at your doorstep.
Welcome back. This is Africa TV, and once again, thanks for joining us. And now to the matters of the TRC, where the former Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Mama Fatima Singate, on Thursday appeared before the Commission to help its truth-seeking mission. Ms. Singate's testimony was based on the human rights violations, the powers used by the former president to push political opponents during her service as the Justice Minister and Attorney General, as well as illegal prosecution of civil servants. Here's more details of her testimony in this report by Mariama Cham.
Legal practitioners during the former President Jammeh continued to give testimonies before the TRC on Jammeh's creation of laws that were not in line with the Constitution, as well as their interference in the judicial system. Investigations from the TRC had that Jammeh did use laws that were not in line with the Constitution to prosecute civil servants under the directives of Madam Singate. Appearing before the Truth Commission, Mama Fatima Singate, who served as the Attorney General and Minister of Justice during Jammeh's government, says she was never aware of any laws prosecuting anyone during her service.
First, the laws that we use at the Attorney General's chambers are enacted by law.
bunti loi ci doon ministre ci tuwale loi ak atte ci réew mi liko wéralon nak moy loi.
I don't have any evidence of any law that is used to persecute anybody.
amuma nak ben loi bo xamne ni nak muy firnde bo xamne ni depo na loi yi nga xamne mom lañ doon jël pour atte ko nit.
There's a rationale and a reasoning for any law that is enacted.
dana de am nak dalil bo xamne ni moy tax ci ben loi bo xamne ni dal dinañ ko samp.
So I cannot go into the details between the rationale behind any law. Usually those are provided in the objects and reasons of the bill that is presented by whoever is going to move that bill before Parliament.
Numa dem na xoot nak ci lan moy dalil yi ben ci loi yoy non way na lolu mu ngi aju rek ci ñi nga xamne ñoo doon kañtu nak bill bobu non pour naka lañ koy taxawale mu nek loi.
And when it comes to the making and enactment of laws,
bu ñëwé nak ci ni ñoy défaré ak ni ñuy taxawale loi,
Parliament or the National Assembly is responsible for that.
Despite the fact that the President has no mandate to give directives to the Ministry of Justice, the Office of the President under the Jammeh regime in several circumstances is alleged to have given executive directives to the matters of prosecution. During the tenure of Mama Fatima Singate, Several violations of human rights, including illegal arrest and detention of citizens and politicians, occurred. The witness, however, refuted the allegations, saying everything she did during her service was in line with law.
Yes, it was normal. It was normal. Perhaps your own perception is abnormal, but the way I saw it during my time there, what is within my knowledge, it was a normal system done in accordance to law.
Doxil mi de jaadu woon na xëy na yow sa gis-gisi bopp mooy nekk daal jaaduwutoon waaye nag man suma gis-gis mooy liggéey bi mu ngi doon dox ci anam gu wér ak ni nga xam ne dëppoo na ak yoon.
The ministry was within my control.
Ministry bi si suma roon la nekkoon.
And I can tell you that everything I did that was within my control was done according to law. I have no control over what anybody else does. I have control over what I do. And what I do is always in accordance with law.
Mama Fatima Singate is a Gambian lawyer who served as a judge in the High Court and the Court of Appeal between 2009 to 2013. She served as Minister of Justice and the Attorney General between August 2013 to 2014 and again from January 2015 to 2017. Madam Singate is currently serving as the United Nations Special Rapporteur on the sale and the sexual exploitation of children. Reporting for iAfrica News, I am Mariama Cham.
Mama Fatima Singate, former Justice Minister and Attorney General under Yahya Jammeh, testified before the TRRC on Thursday. And we will bring you more details of her testimony in our subsequent news edition. Now, leaders of the Intergovernmental Authority on Development, IGAD, are meeting in Uganda in search of a solution to the ongoing instability in the Horn of Africa. The increase in violence in different countries such as Ethiopia, Somalia and South Sudan have prompted the Kampala summit, thus availing leaders the opportunity to discuss how to find solutions on the situation. More than 10,000 people are said to have died in 2020 due to the ongoing regional conflict. Here's more details of that in this report.
Peace has been elusive for decades across the Horn of Africa. It's a corner of the continent deemed essential to the stability of the region for the international community as well. But acute alarm is growing over the conflict in Ethiopia's north, the worst political violence seen in Somalia for years, and a famine in South Sudan amid fresh and brutal clashes. Regional leaders meeting in Uganda say they want to bring the situation under control.
Now we have a political crisis and security crisis in Somalia, but I am very happy as IGAD Executive Secretary. Things in Somalia, it would have been devastating effect.
Immediate solutions to other hotspots in Ethiopia and South Sudan are not obvious. Regional leaders have gathered here to find ways of ending a spike in violence in the region. They are concerned that many lives are being lost in the ongoing conflicts. According to a new IGAD report, over 10,000 people died in 2020 due to the conflicts in the region. Leaders are now reviewing their mechanisms of avoiding wars. There is talk of an early warning and response system.
The best mechanism or the best investment that our regional states and governments should do is investing on prevention. So investing after things are happening is a very costly thing. Costly in terms of life, costly in terms of resource.
Uganda says it is currently building Somalia's capacity to handle its disagreements internally.
We had hoped by now Somalia would be entirely peaceful, it would have a civilian administration, and it would manage its own security affairs. You and I know that we have not yet reached there.
The leaders here believe by the end of this meeting, fresh ideas from avoiding conflict might emerge. The details are still to come.
IGAD leaders, they are meeting in Kampala, Uganda to find answers to the ongoing conflicts in the region. As about, or more than I should say, 10,000 people are said to have died in 2020 alone in the region due to the ongoing crisis. Well, viewers, with that, we, of course, bring this news edition to an end. But for more details on this and other stories, as always, as ever, you can visit on our website on iafrica.tv. But for now, though, many thanks for the privilege of your company. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and have a pleasant afternoon. Bye-bye.